Hey everybody, so this evening we shall talk about the game Road to Vostok. Nice. I need one of these because it's been about 42 hours worth of testing. It's not bad at all, I think. So yes, let's get into the review of the game, what I think about the game, what I think the game is for, and what I think the game's future will look like. So, oh, this is so good. Let's get started. Let's talk about Road to Vostok. And we're back. So, oh, that's so nice. What is Road to Vostok? Well, Road to Vostok is a game that's playing off between the border of Finland and Russia. You've got different zones in Vostok as well, and one of the more important ones or interesting ones is the permadeath zone. I believe those are the little red zone areas on the map which should release at some point, I think. Now, the permadeath zones are interesting. If you die in those zones, I believe it's going to reset everything for you. You lose all your progress, all your gear, all your safe house progress, etc. etc. So that's interesting. It's a hardcore game with permadeath, which is awesome. Think of Binding of Isaac, but first person Binding of Isaac with less bullets flying everywhere and stuff happening all over. So it's cool. The game does feature a whole bunch of stuff. We've got a list. It's got shelters, which will act as little safe zones for yourself in the future as well when it's done. Different playable areas around the border zone between Finland and Russia as well, which should be cool. With global events happening, dynamic game events even. Nice, including things such as crash sites, airdrops, ambush, and special training quest events. Now those sound fun because a hardcore game with ambush mechanics. Now just think, you've outfitted yourself with all your nice, cool weapons, tech, etc., etc. You take a nice little stroll down to the trader to go buy some bread or whatever, and you get ambushed and shot in the head, and you have to lose all your progress. That's nice. I like that concept in a game. It's not often that games push the hardcore permadeath thing, especially first-person shooter games. You get a lot of them with the Binding of Isaac kind of 2.5D-ish view, top-down view, but it's nice to see a first-person single-player game do this for a change. So it's not like Tarkov, where it's multiplayer, players versus NPCs. This is single-player, and you can get your ass handed to you by a bunch of NPCs. I like that. Road to Vostok is definitely one of those interesting ones. Now, not only does it have all these special events and stuff happening, it also has awesome looting and survival mechanics which will also be added on, as well as trading. Now, trading is a good way to make money in every game, so it will be interesting to see what type of currency and stuff like that Road to Vostok will have. So Road to Vostok, to sum it up short, will be a permadeath hardcore game with survival elements and looting and safe houses and ambushes. Nice. Okay, let's get into the more meaty stuff of the game. Oh, that's so nice. So, the artwork and the way the game looks, it's nice. It's not bad. For a single player game, they can do a lot of stuff in Unity, which is awesome because the game does use the Unity engine. And Unity can push some really good graphics. Currently, with a tech demo, if you put your graphics all the way to extreme, you can actually see a lot of awesome textures and detail on objects in game, especially on your weapons and the lighting effects when you put a candle on or light a fire or things like that. The glow is really awesome and very satisfying to see as well. So when it comes to the artwork and the way the game looks, it looks good. It's not bad at all. It looks really awesome. For a tech demo, they've added a bit of elbow grease to make it look nice. And I appreciate games that look nice, because why do we have these extremely expensive computers if we don't use all the nice expensive bits inside them? So for me, graphics definitely looks good in the tech demo, but looking forward to seeing what it looks like when the game progresses more, because the more the game progresses, the more funds become available, the more people come on board, the better things will start to look, and the better things will start to play as well. So apart from the way the game looks, is there any story or anything currently in the tech demo? No, unfortunately not. It's a tech demo. They will show you the features the game has or not have or stuff like that. So it's just tech to show you what the game is capable of, what's currently implemented, and how the development is going. So don't expect a very awesome story in a tech demo. It's not gonna have a awesome story for you, unfortunately, because it's a tech demo. Oh, that's so nice. One thing the tech demo does have is sound, and not bad sound at all. Your footsteps change when you go from surface to surface, which is a really nice sound design as well. You can hear and pinpoint where people are when they shoot at you, which is really good and very, very awesome for a game with survival mechanics as well as a hardcore game, because people can now ambush you, as an example, and you can pinpoint where they're shooting from by just listening. So the sound design of the game, it's good, and I hope they do improve on it as things move forward as well. But with the current tech demo, the sound design is really nice. It's solid. The weapon fire could use improvement as always, because weapons do sound differently in games than they do to real life. That's fine. That's just a given. It's the way that things work. But yes, the sound design of the game, I like it. It's good. It's nice to hear your bullets hit stuff, or people going down when you shoot them, or not very loud, but when you run around and you can hear the thunder when you change the weather to stormy. You can hear the thunder, you can hear the raindrops falling, all that type of stuff. It's nice. I do appreciate games of good sound design, because it does add so much, especially aesthetically, to a game when it has good sound design. Because now you can play Route to Vostok in the evening time, sitting listening to music on the really danky ass in-game radio next to a fireplace and wait to get ambushed. I like that. That's really good. So sound design, definitely something good. Now gameplay and controls. I think this is where things fall apart a little bit. For me anyway, that is. Oh, that's so nice. The tech demo, as an example, doesn't use standard controls. So instead of using a keyboard control to pick up stuff or interact with specific things, you have to use the middle mouse, which is not very intuitive, because not a lot of people use the mouse buttons for things like that. I can think of nobody that uses the mouse to interact with things. They normally use the F key or the E key on the keyboard to interact with objects in game or things like that. So the controls are a bit danky in the tech demo, unfortunately. They do work, but they're danky because they're not standardized, unfortunately. So it's a bit odd getting used to them, unfortunately. But for tech demo, the controls are there, they work. You can open up the menu, go to controls, it will show you all the controls. Labels are a little bit odd, but other than that, the controls are there, they work. Not standardized though, so do note it's going to take a bit to get used to. Now, the way the game plays, that's a little bit different. Your movement speed is fast. You don't have a lot of weight in game. You're more like gliding around like a arcade character, not super fast, but you do sprint quite fast in game as well. But it's just a tech demo, so I suspect they'll slow down those speeds as things progress. But for specifically the tech demo, which is currently on Steam as of the 17th of October 2022, the tech demo which is currently available, your movement speed when you sprint, it's fast. You go like Sonic the Hedgehog fast, which is nice. It makes moving around the map quite easily. The map as well, which you play on or play in, you've got two different areas. You've got your target range, where you can pick up weapons. You can shoot the weapons, you can inspect weapons, do all the fun integrity stuff. And then you can progress to a small little walled map with a couple of buildings, trees, and stuff like that. Not badly designed, of course, and you can run around and do stuff there. You can also open up the menu, enable AI spawning, and free little AI guys will run around on the map and try and shoot you. So that was fun to play around with as well. So yes, for a tech demo you can do some things, but not all the things, unfortunately. So take that with a grain of salt. But yes, gameplay wise, it's not bad. It's got good potential, I think. It's nice. Anyway, let's round everything up, I think. So let's summarize the review up by saying the tech demo is nice. It doesn't do the game justice, but it's not bad either. It's a very nice way to have a look and insight into where the game might be going and things like that. If you go into the game, as an example, you change it to nighttime and you run around with your flashlight. Yeah, it's currently 6 minutes past midnight, and I can tell you for a fact it is scary as hell to do, especially if you're running around in the thunderstorm. It's nice. I like it. So aesthetically, the game's pleasing. It runs well for what it is currently, just a tech demo, but definitely something I would say is something you need to keep an eye out for the future, because if you're a hardcore player, you like things like permadeath, stuff like that, then Road to Vostok might just be that single player thing you've been waiting for, because we all know that those types of games are few and very far between. Apart from Tarkov and a few others that I can think of, there aren't really many hardcore type first person shooting games on the market. So I for one hope, and I do hope a lot, that the game makes it out of development at some stage. According to the roadmap, 2023, give or take, will be full release date or public release or something as such. And I for one will be adding the game to my wish list, keeping a close eye on it, waiting for more updates so I can maybe test it again as soon as things update on the public side, what's available to the public anyway. And yes, I would encourage you to do the same. If you like hardcore games, games that will kick you in the ass and smile while doing it, then definitely can recommend adding a Road to Vostok to your wishlist, keeping an eye on it and seeing how development goes. Because remember, it's hardcore, and we don't get that much these days. Definitely appreciate that. So I'll catch you on the other side of the road. This has been the review section for Road to Vostok. I think it's got potential. Yeah, it should be fun, I think. Anyway, let me finish my drink, put on some pants, go play some games.